7. More than can be imagined. Patty Hallet sat with Jayshawn. His jaw dropped open in shock. Patty Hallet choked down her beer and then wiped some foam from her smock.
My brother changes back and forth, not knowing when it'll happen. But sure enough, he is the werewolf of this town, Ballyshannon.
That's insane. I'm not sure if I believe it, even though I saw it myself. Patty leaned into the table's low light.
Cumina, there's an elf.
She pointed to a short bartender. Jayshawn looked puzzled the more.
What the heck are you saying now? To wake up and see what's sure. There are more creatures hereabouts in this world than anyone knows. These secrets aren't very well kept. You just have to look past your nose. There are giants and fairies and spirits and more, but no one will just look out their front door. People love to be ignorant of the wonder of this world. They say fairy tales are hogwash meant for boys and girls. But I know the truth, and the truth is this. This world is more wondrous than you thought could exist.
Cumina, the alleged elf, came over and refilled Patty's mug of beer with a brew both frothy and chilled. Cumina looked like a tiny woman, around the age of 22. She wore a baggy knitted hat in patterns of red and blue. Her hair and hat would have covered her ears if pointed they really were, and Cumina didn't look very pleased with the things Patty had conferred.
Couldn't help but overhearing your telling this one my secret. Tell me why I shouldn't slit your throat, Miss Pretty Patty Hallet.
Jayshawn grabbed a steak knife and slid it into his sleeve. Cumina put a hand on his wrist and said to him,
Honey, please. If I wanted to kill either of you, I would have done it by now. Cumina comes from a warrior tribe. This conversation I'll allow, as long as you'd let me tell my own tale. Patty has a way of lying, over-dramatizing the facts to fantasy for anyone who's inquiring.
Patty wanted to protest, but Jayshawn gave her a look, and Cumina sat down her time she took.
I was part of the Protector clan out in Otherworld. I protected the conduits who kept the link connected between their and our little world. I had it all, fortune and fame, and a fiancée that was mine. Till one day I was framed for his murder. I was stuck with the crime. Unlike your world here, where things are black and white, I was sentenced on a middle ground, where they said that there was not enough light to see what could have been found, so neither guilty nor innocent, I was banished to earth instead, to live out the rest of my immortal days in nothing but sadness and dread.
Patty put a hand on her shoulder, and Jayshawn felt pangs too. The story Cumina told brought empathy for the little elf who was so blue. She pulled the corner of her hat up to show Jayshawn it was true. Her ear was long and pointed underneath. This changed all that he knew.
So you are a protector too? Two, he says, Patty dear. I haven't heard of a protector in these parts for over 100 years. Here's one. He has the mark.
Jayshawn looked confused.
And I believe the Last Conduit is in Ballyshannon, but he is less than enthused. Well, we've got to show him the path then, don't we?
You two are crazy for reals. Jayshawn got up to leave the table without even paying for his short meal. Imagine if you had everything Tolkien ever wrote.
Well, you can't have his, but you can have mine. The Ling Lyricanium is $10 a month, and you can find it at joshuadavidling.com/LL. That's joshuadavidling.com/LL.